go. There we go. I'm just going to put these. And good morning, Rim Country. Siggins in the KRIM studio for today's KRIM Community Spotlight program. And thank you to Desert Financial Credit Union for sponsoring this program. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday. It's going to be another beautiful day out there with temperatures, wow, right in the low 70s. So amazing weather. So hopefully you can get out there and enjoy it a little bit. In the studio this morning, I have a guest from the Beverage Place, and she hosts the wine tasting there at the Beverage Place. So we're going to be talking about that today. So Judy Misek,
yes.
Right? Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning.
And
I am doing well today.
Thank you so much for coming in today. And I know the wine tasting at the Beverage Place, I know probably there was a little break there with everything going on where maybe it wasn't occurring, but it's been going on for a while now.
Well, I've only been there for maybe 3 years, and in my position only since November.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it has been going on, for a long time, way before me. So, I mean, during COVID season, we kind of, broke it off a little bit.
Kind of everything. A lot of things went into hiatus or went away.
Yes.
So, just one.
But
of those
we're
things.
back.
But back doing it, and I think the wine tasting, it's a great opportunity for people to try different wines, because I think that's one of the things that you guys do is like you'll feature different types of wines from different countries,
Yes.
Reds, whites, sweeter wines, drier wines. So it's just a great way for people in the community to go to the Beverage Place and try the different wines that you're featuring.
Indeed it is.
How often do you do the wine tastings?
Every Friday.
Every Friday,
From
okay.
4:30 till 6:30 in the evening.
So 4:30 to 6:30, and I guess we need to, just in case people listening, they are familiar where the Beverage Place is located. So you're in the Rowds Furniture Shopping Center there.
Yes.
And right next to AutoZone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you have a new neighbor, T-Mobile.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Very pink.
Very bright. Very bright. So right in that plaza. Right there in the McDonald's, that's another marker right there on the corner of 87 and 260 where the McDonald's is, and Urgent Care. So
Urgent Care.
Yeah, right in that plaza. So every Friday from 4:30 to 6:30. And so I guess take us through like what you do at a wine tasting.
At a wine tasting?
Yeah.
Sure. We usually do about 5 wines per tasting.
Okay.
Sometimes we'll have an extra little bonus, like a bonus tequila or a bonus liqueur at the very end.
Oh wow.
But usually it's 5. It's 5 wines usually. I try to go through whites and reds. Every week it's going to be different. I try to take us through different countries, different styles of wine. We have tasting notes for every wine so that people can see what generally the tasting is, and then of course a lot of it depends on your own personal taste too, on what you're tasting in the wine. It's not always the same thing that you're going to see in the notes. You may be tasting something totally different. But generally it's pretty much, if there's cherries in there, if there's apples in there, you could probably get it, and then you could kind of look to see, I see apples on my tasting note. Let's see if I can taste apples in here. And then usually you can pick it out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's like a suggestion.
So usually 5?
5 wines. I try to do maybe one or 2 whites and then the rest reds. I like most of my people, it seems like, are red wine people.
Okay. And so to just give an example, last Friday, what were some of the wines that you had out there that people were sampling last Friday?
What last Fridays were.
Or if it's easier this Friday.
Well,
if you wanna
let's
let
do
people
this
know.
Friday,
Yeah.
because I do have this
Yeah.
Friday's at least
That's
written down
great.
so I remember.
Yeah, no.
This weekend, this Friday, we're going to be doing a Banfi Vermintino, which is an Italian white from like the Tuscan region.
Okay.
It's light, crisp, clean, dry, totally dry.
Uh-huh.
And citrusy.
Oh,
So
okay.
you get citrus notes on it. So it's kind of nice. It's coming into springtime. It's nice to drink outside if you're out on the patio and you like white wines.
Uh-huh.
Or by poolside.
Uh-huh.
It's a nice wine for that.
Just a nice light.
Yes, exactly. And it, low in it's not high in alcohol like
Okay.
like some of your reds will be too.
So the this being lower in alcohol, would it be maybe around a 10%, 11, 12?
Oh no, it'll probably be around an 11. 11 to top 12 maybe.
Okay.
You know.
Where the reds are usually 14.
Reds, yeah, and if you get into Zins, sometimes you're going to 14.5, 15.
Gotcha.
And if it was like a really ripe, a really ripe vintage where it's picked really, really ripe, it's going to have a lot more alcohol in it. You'll
Gotcha.
taste it. It'll
Yeah.
be hot.
Gotcha. So this one will be around the 11, 12 at the
Yeah.
most.
So
Yeah.
light, crisp, clean,
Nice.
nice, and even nice to pair with salads,
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
things like that. Light fare.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Then we're going to be doing an Elouan Pinot Noir, which is a famous winemaker. I know I'm starting to sound nerdy here. Joseph Wagner is doing Pinot Noir now in Oregon.
Okay.
He's a famous California winemaker,
Mm-hmm.
famous for his cabs.
Uh-huh.
Well, he's decided to branch out a little bit. He's moved to Oregon and
Okay.
he's now doing Pinot Noirs. Excuse me.
Yeah. So they're at a wine from Oregon.
Mm-hmm. That one's a light one. It's a light, smooth, silky red,
Okay.
and it's nice. This one should have cranberries and cherries. I haven't tasted this one yet, but I have read the notes on it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so another nice lighter wine.
Yes,
So going into springtime.
and this one should pair really well with a lot of foods too.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of an in between. It's like if you're gonna go red and you don't want, and it's really hot out.
Yeah.
It's a nice wine for that. It's lower in alcohol also.
Gotcha. Okay.
Not as low as the Vermentino, but like around a 12.
Uh-huh. Hey, there we go.
And then we've got a Terrazas Malbec, and I think that one might be. Haven't checked that one yet, but I think that's going to be from South America.
Okay.
And Malbec's a red, sort of like a Merlot. They used to think that the Malbec grape was Merlot,
Oh, okay.
and like many years back.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they did DNA.
Found that it was a different
And they
grape.
found that it was actually a different grape, and it was a Malbec grape.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So,
And so the Malbec, like you said, similar to a Merlot.
yes.
A little bit,
It's gonna be,
full bodied.
Yeah, more full-bodied, sort of tobacco-y, but you're still getting the fruit in there too. So it's kind of a little bit more earthy, I might say.
Okay.
Then we're going to Penfolds Cab, which Penfolds is usually Australian, but this particular one is made in California.
Okay.
So this is a California Cab, a nice hearty, I should say hearty, yes.
Yeah.
Full-bodied cab, and most people are familiar with cabs.
Yeah.
Cabs are nice. They're nice. They're deep. They're dark. They're inky.
Yeah.
They're just beautiful red wines.
Yeah.
And
They're
great with like meats and all kinds of heavier
with so
fare.
many things.
Oh, so many things.
Yeah, and there's so many different types of cabs.
Yes. There's
So
different styles.
you can spend a long time just exploring the world of Cabernet.
I've actually thought of having some tastings where I'm doing all cabs from all different regions, just so you can taste the difference.
Yeah, how
In
diverse.
styles, because
Yeah.
they can be so different that you just can't believe that they're all the same grape.
Mm-hmm.
But they just the soil they're grown on, where they're grown, the climate, everything, the way they're handled by the winemaker can make so much difference in how that wine actually tastes.
Yes, and something you mentioned, the environment, the climate.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a vineyard, and it's putting out a cab each year, but depending on the amount of rain that was received that year, it changes the flavor or the taste of the grape. So
yes, it does.
They can be the same bottle, or the same cab, but it can vary from year to year, and that's what is so interesting about wine. All the different the different types of grapes. There's so many different types of grapes, but then depending on where they're grown, and the climate that year, it really determines the taste.
And interestingly enough, the wildfires in California a couple of years back, those have actually tainted so many grapes that a lot of the wineries in California and Australia, because they had their share of wildfires too. It tainted so many of the grapes with smoke flavor that they are now gathering grapes from different vineyards instead of just making it single vineyard stuff that they used to do. They're just grabbing what they can from other vineyards that haven't been tainted, and they're having, and a lot of the wines aren't even going to be vintaged this year. So that's another thing with the California wines and the Australian wines. It's an issue. It just, your environment is so important.
Wow, I never really thought about that.
They're taking some grapes and distilling them and making a vodka out of them. But once you make the vodka, you've distilled it out, so you're not going to get the smoke taint. But in wine, you will get it.
You will get it. Wow. So you have, and this is great. This is also what's fun about a wine tasting at the Beverage Place, which again is every Friday, 4:30 to 6:30. Is you do a little like traveling around the globe. Because the first wine from Italy, and then a wine from Oregon, one from South America, then California, and how about that last one?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked this one up yet. But it's a Zinfandel, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be a big, hearty wine.
Okay.
I think it's going to be spicy
and what is
fruity.
Its name?
Pasqua Zin.
Pasqua.
So it sounds... I'm pretty sure it's Californian, though. I don't know why. It just feels like it's Californian. Well, because it's Zin, and Zin is a California grape, native grape. So it's probably a Californian, but it's going to be hearty, big, probably alcoholic too. Maybe 14.5, something higher alcohol.
Yeah, and let's see. Is it that one right there? Just looking at.
Lush and Zin.
Lush.
Desire, Lush and Zin.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, and that's fun because you have all the wines there. So this one, wine with a depth red color, warm nose that reveals intense aromas of plums, red fruit, spicy notes, vanilla, coffee, and cocoa. Wow, that's it's a lovely example of thoroughly modern, plush, generously framed Primitivo, velvet smooth, and laden with spicy dark fruits.
And when they say warm in the description, that means alcoholic.
Gotcha.
That means high alcohol.
Higher alcohol content. Wow, and again, this is just a great way for people to try these different wines. And so you can see, hey, do I like this? Do I not like it? And actually, it says if that is the one, it says that one's from Italy.
So we're doing another. Okay, that's why they're calling it Primitivo, because in Italy they call it Primitivo, the grape, and then in this country we call it Zinfandel.
Zinfandel, gotcha. So it's still a Zin, but from Italy.
Right, correct.
Yeah. So nice. Yeah. And again, that's every Friday, 4:30 to 6:30. So those are the wines for this Friday. And I guess just some questions about, wines, the different prices. There are so many different, the range, very, very big. So what goes into the cost, or what maybe determines the
Basically, the cost is the reason why wines vary so different is real estate. It's all, location.
Gotcha.
Napa is very pricey real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Napa, and you notice Napa wines are, accordingly expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Through the roof, and they're going up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now when you get to Central Coast in California,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you get a little bit less. You get a little bit less pricey.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's real estate. Just think of it like real estate.
Real estate. Wow. And so if you're paying more for a bottle of wine, because you maybe had a taste, or you read a review, or a friend said, "Oh, you have to try this wine," you pay a little bit more. How long can you typically keep a bottle of wine?
Well, a lot of people think that if you pay more for a wine, you can hold it longer. It's not necessarily true. You may have to do your own little research on it, but the best way to do it is actually ask when you buy it.
Gotcha. Okay.
They should know. I mean, a good wine store should be able to tell you.
Okay.
No, I mean, if you don't know, you could probably Google it. I'm sure they would probably say how long you could. But in general, like a $14, $15, up to $20 bottle of wine, they're meant to be drunk young right away.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like we're a disposable society. We just wanna buy it, drink it.
Yeah, not.
But now, if it's something that's really pricey, like some of the Bordeaux's, like a French Bordeaux, you can hold those for so long, but you've got to hold them. They've got to be at the proper temperature. They've got to be no light. You can't be moving them around. You don't want to give them bottle shock. They're a pain. They're like little babies that you got to take care of. So.
Wow. And also on its side too. That's important. Isn't it?
Yeah, like a lot of wines they're not being corked anymore. A lot of people are doing screw tops, even on the higher end wines. Surprisingly.
Wow.
But it's helping to not only is there an issue with the cork trees, cork trees that produce the cork.
Yeah.
There's an issue with that, but there's also cork taint. You get like a cork taint in your wine, in some certain wines, because there'll be a little bit of bacteria left after they wash that cork and cork your wine.
Yeah.
If there's any bacteria left in there at all, it can taint your wine. When you open that wine, you will smell it right away. It smells like moldy cardboard.
Ew.
Something not that you want to drink, believe me.
Yeah.
Nothing you want to drink.
Yeah. That would be disappointing.
Yes.
You're looking forward to enjoying that nice bottle of wine.
But if you do have cork in it,
yeah.
If it does have a cork, then you want to store it on its side, because you want to keep the cork wet.
Gotcha.
You want to keep the cork moist, because if it dries out, then you get a whole different set of funky odors in there. So you don't want that either. So.
Yeah. And I guess these are some of the questions that you get asked. At the Beverage Place. Probably another one is headaches. Why some people get headaches from drinking wine.
And honestly, that's something that I get almost every day. I don't get headaches every day, but I mean this question. I get this question
I was
every
like,
day.
wait a second, headaches every day?
Yeah, I don't drink wine every day, believe me.
No.
But because the tannins, the sugar, and the histamines in your wine, which all wines have.
Yes.
Even your white wines have a little bit of tannin in it, not much though. It's mostly reds. And some people lack the enzyme to process that.
Gotcha. Huh.
So that'll make you more prone to the wine headaches. Histamine will dilate your blood vessels.
Okay.
And that can lead to your wine headaches.
So,
So,
okay. And then sulfite too.
Sulfite, I see people always blame it on sulfites,
Okay.
the wine headaches.
Yeah.
If you have sulfite issues, usually it's going to be more breathing related, like you get wheezy and you have issues with the breathing.
Gotcha.
So that's where, but people always swear it's sulfites.
Yeah.
But usually that's what it is. It's your histamines, your sugars, and your tannins in the wine that gives you the headaches, because it dilates your blood vessels. But I mean, people, yeah, you know what? If you get wine headaches, you do. That's all there is to it. Whatever causes it, yeah.
Yeah. And then are there some tricks to maybe avoid getting that?
They do. They tell you to drink 2 cups of coffee because of the dilation.
Yeah.
The caffeine will help open it up, will help undilate you. So so that you get more blood flowing through there.
Interesting. That's very interesting. I know sometimes, or you'll hear as well, drinking better quality wine, or sometimes wine. And is that really?
I don't really drink really low end wines.
Yes.
But I remember when I was like in high school.
Yeah.
I used to get some serious headaches.
Oh, I tell you what, I remember some Boone's Farm
Me too.
headaches. We called that Dom Perry Boone. And it was in the
I remember getting some really bad headaches from that stuff. So yeah, that can do it too.
Strawberry Hill Forever, right there. Strawberry Hill.
That was my first one.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We've come a long way, haven't we?
Thank God, thank God.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. No, so again, Beverage Place every Friday, wine tasting from 4:30 to 6:30. And again, if you want to just mention, I think it'd be good to mention the wines that you're going to be featuring this Friday. Again, for people if they missed that, or if you're just tuning in, here are the 5 wines that will be featured at this Friday's wine tasting.
Okay, the first one will be Banfi Vermintino from Italy, the Pasqua Zin from Italy, the other one Pinot Noir from Oregon, the Terrazas Malbec, I'm thinking that's South American, and the Penfolds Bin Cab, not Australian Penfolds, but California Penfolds this time.
There we go. So, and do you usually, about how many people do you have at the wine tasting?
25 to 30 people.
Oh, nice.
So we usually get a nice crowd.
So not only is it a good way to try these wines, to see kind of what you like, and find a new favorite, but it's also a nice little social event.
Actually, it is a nice social event, believe me. Yeah, people newcomers have come in and just all of a sudden made a bunch of friends.
There you go. Well, what a great way to, meet new people, with a, glass of wine and, just kind of sharing and finding out,
Everybody leaves happy.
Yeah.
Everybody leaves happy.
Yeah, no, that's great. So if you are newer to the area, or heck, if you've been here, your whole life, and you haven't gone by the Beverage Place for a wine tasting, it sounds like it's just a great little opportunity to get out and maybe meet some new people, maybe reconnect with some old friends or people that you haven't seen in a while that might be there, trying the wines. So, and now your wine selection as well in the store.
It's phenomenal.
It is.
I know, I agree.
It is.
That's what drew me to when I first walked in. I wasn't expecting that. I just totally freaked out when I saw it, because I'm a wine. I'm passionate about wine.
Gotcha.
So when I saw it, I just freaked out. I said, "Oh my God, I love this place."
Yeah, and wines from so many different countries. So many different countries. Wines from here in America. A great selection of American wines, and it would be horrible of me if I didn't mention even Bruzy Vineyard, carrying the Bruzy Vineyard wines. Yeah,
we did carry Bruzy.
Okay.
We did carry them, yes.
Okay, do you have them?
We're having a hard time getting access to them right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
With COVID, everything's so messed up.
Gotcha.
But we're still working on bringing that back in, because we did have them. So.
Okay. Yeah. And then I'm sure there's Arizona wines. You have other Arizona.
And Sollenberg is up here too. We've got Arizona Stronghold.
Yeah. Okay.
Avelina Leap.
Oh yeah.
We have even Caduceus. So we've got
Caduceus Cellars is from over in the Verde Valley.
Yeah.
Over there. Yeah. And so you can try wines from right here in Arizona to all the way, from Australia or countries. It seems like more and more countries as well manufacturing wines and putting wines out there that are really good.
Yeah.
So you might be surprised. Yeah. And it's great. You can try a lot of them at the wine tasting to see what you like. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you said you also sometimes with the wine you do like a little like a liqueur or something at the end.
Yeah, at the end, because we're also a liquor store.
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of times we'll be getting in a new tequila, or we'll be trying a new tequila, and we taste the customers on that tequila or that liqueur. We had a coffee liqueur that was really, really good a few weeks back, and we tasted people on that. And see, I just drink wine. I don't really drink any other kind of alcohol.
Yeah.
And I tried it, and it's like I was amazed. So it's like, okay, there's room for me to grow here too. So.
Do you happen to have, and I don't know because it isn't a wine, but do you have a limoncello?
Yes, we do. Limoncello is good.
Limoncello is so good. I just remember being in Italy in Sorrento and walking the streets, and you'd go into the stores, they'd open up the refrigerator, and just the cold air, it came out and rolled out.
Yes.
And they just gave you a little glass, a chilled glass of that limoncello, and so good.
During the COVID season, we had a lot of people coming in making their own limoncello.
Oh, wow.
So they'd come in and they'd buy like grain alcohol and make it with their own lemons. And we sold a lot of grain alcohol during the COVID season.
Limoncello operations going on right here in Rim Country.
But now we have it bottled.
Yeah, no, that is great. Well, Judy, thank you so much for coming on and sharing about the Beverage Place wine tasting every Friday, early evening, 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. So again, a great way to try different wines and to maybe meet some new friends.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you are so welcome. And thank you everyone for tuning in and listening. And also a big thank you to Desert Financial Credit Union for sponsoring our Community Spotlight program. Time to get back to the weather, or time to get back to the music, I should say, with some Peter Gabriel, Van Morrison, Van Halen, Sheryl Crow, and more. But first, an update from the National Weather Service.
With a forecast for Payson and surrounding areas.
There you go. You are so welcome, and thank you guys.